What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FudgeMuppet. My name is Michael, and today I'm taking you through our latest Elder Scrolls 6 video, which is all about what we're calling utility gear. By utility gear, I mean the kind of things you'd find in a utility belt, or at least an Elder Scrolls lore-friendly utility belt. Basically just a bunch of fun, unique tools for specific purposes, accessible to all characters. Some of these would have the same effectiveness regardless of skill levels, but others would not. Let's have a look at some examples of exactly what I'm talking about here. Number 1 on the agenda, bombs, but not the kind that you fire from a fat man in Fallout. Bombs on a slightly smaller scale, grenades really. Sorta halfway in between, grenade bombs. We know gunpowder isn't a thing in Elder Scrolls games, and I wouldn't want guns in Elder Scrolls at all, so what I'm talking about here is magical bombs. These explosive devices could be found and created with crafting them assisted by some skills. Alchemy could also help in the creation of bombs if certain mixtures are required, and enchanting could be involved too to add certain effects. This would incentivize new character playstyles where crafting characters have more offensive capabilities. All of this would have to be lore friendly, of course, as I said, and it'd definitely be cool to see. Imagine you need mammoth tusk powder, a soul gem, and some enchanting talent to create a throwable firebomb. Sounds a bit like something out of Witcher. A magical firebomb could also be the most basic of options. Imagine paralysis explosives, frenzy bombs, or even really unique things like slow time bombs. With many people expecting the protagonist of Elder Scrolls 6 not to have dragon shouts, this would actually make a lot of sense as we'd still be able to see some of the old effects. Imagine throwing an explosive that works like ice form, for example, freezing all your enemies. Perhaps even a smoke bomb that blinds enemies and helps stealth characters escape from sticky circumstances. Quickly touching on something else that would be cool, but I'm actually not going to delve into, grappling hooks. We think grappling hooks would be awesome if they could be pulled off. It would work great if the game had very little loading screens so you could pull your way over the wall of a city or up a fort, but obviously it does allow for some exploitation if Bethesda isn't careful. The idea is a bit of a double-edged sword. It would have to be treated with a lot of care. Also in this Elder Scrolls utility belt, or utility quiver perhaps, we could have enchanted arrows and bolts. I think this is an addition to Elder Scrolls 6 that is definitely needed. Yes, enchanting bows was fun, but personally I think having enchanted arrows as well would take it to the next level. The biggest reason I think enchanted arrows and bolts would be cool is because it allows for a variety of effects. If you're playing as an archer character with an arcane twist, you usually only carry the one enchanted bow. Characters having 6 bows for 6 different magical effects is a bit silly, but characters with one enchanted or even not enchanted bow with 10 types of enchanted arrows sounds awesome. As fans of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion would know, enchanted arrows work awesomely. They should never have been removed from the game, and we did get a slight taste of enchanted bolts in Skyrim with the Dawnguard DLC. So it's time to step things up for Elder Scrolls 6. Something else that would be neat would be extras for stealth characters. Tell us what you can come up with in the comments below, but one thing I can think of is some sort of throwing darts. These darts could be for alchemy characters, but also very useful for stealth characters. The darts would be very low damage and could be used regardless of skill, but of course apply the full effect of a poison, hence I say alchemy characters. For stealth characters, you could have tranquilizer darts. These would be able to put enemies to sleep, very fun for role-playing pacifist builds. Alchemy characters that don't have any combat skills would suddenly become super entertaining and much more effective. Something else fun would be traps. In the Elder Scrolls games, especially Skyrim, we saw some pretty cool traps. Imagine if you could make these or even just something on a smaller scale. Traps would be great for roleplaying and of course just more tactical playstyles. Certain characters like hunters for example might want to set special types of bear traps to kill prey, and other characters may prefer something like a tripwire crossbow. More elaborate traps like swinging logs and big structures like mammoth heads would be a lot harder to pull off, but after seeing footage of settlement building in Fallout 4, it's pretty clear Bethesda can do all kinds of ambitious things. Who knows what we'll see in the next Elder Scrolls game. So subscribe for more Elder Scrolls 6 discussion every Friday, and do click the like button if you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Social media links are in the description below, and be sure to check out our custom made FudgeMuppet mousepads while you're there if you happen to care. My name is Michael, and I'll see you soon, ready to nerd out with some more Elder Scrolls.